Yo, 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 everybody. Generikb here, and you know what time it is? Lego time. Lego time. And we are going to continue. In last episode, we built, last two episodes, we built these two guys right. And you guys all told me, and it's the smartest thing, that little do-jigger right there with the red and the white is TNT, and that is what blows out that wall. That's so awesome. And before I get started really quick, I just want to say that I love you guys and thank you very much for watching the series. And a lot of you did say that you'd be really excited about watching me do other Lego, like Star Wars and stuff. And I was talking with my wife, and I think I'll do that. But I really don't want to have a bunch of Lego sets hanging around once I build them. And I have a really special one in mind if I can find it. Hopefully I can find it. But I'm thinking after I'm done with them, I may try to find I'm sure there's a children's hospital here in Bulgaria. I'm sure there's a children's hospital here in Bulgaria that I can donate it to so they can play with or something. I'll figure it out, and if they let me vlog it, I will vlog it. Okay, so we're back on. We're doing it, and I'm keeping the same like fisheye thing, but I'm backing it up just a little bit. Some of you guys said that it was a little too zoomed. Today, I feel like tackling, wait, what's the first one we gotta go in order? Nope, we're gonna tackle the bigger villager house, right there. And I almost burped. Like, burp. Okay, so, first things first, we gotta make some whatchamacallit, some zombie villager and a pig. Now, it has been a little while since I've recorded, but I do recall. Is it gonna? Oh man, you can't. There it goes. That's great. Put you right there. But I do recall that I was going to talk about my dad, story of my childhood in cattle prod, with a cattle prod. So here's the dealio of what happened with that. I used to live in Texas, and in Texas there is a lot of livestock, and you could actually get a, oh, this is gonna be fun to find. There's one dude. Okay, I found it. You can actually buy like livestock stuff in the supermarkets, depending on where you are. I mean, obviously, if you're in a city, probably not, but it's not a great zombie. Oh, and by the way, this episode is brought to you by Francis Hartridge Celebrated Cloudy Lemonade. I didn't have any juice this morning. But that lemonade is amazing. So we're there. We're at the Safeway. I was living in Granbury, Texas, which is a tiny, tiny place. And we were at the Safeway, which is the grocery store there, kind of like a Kroger or Publix or whatever, depending on where you live. And so we had just finished, you know, my mom was checking out, you know, at the cashier, and of course me and my dad were goofing around. That is another face, okay? Here we go. And so at the front of the store, for some reason, was the livestock stuff, and it's things, you know, like feed, you know, different types of like kind of medicines and stuff. There's these little tiny rubber bands that you put over there, and it makes them fall off so they don't get so riled up. Okay, now we're gonna work on the house while I'm talking. And they have these things called cattle prods. Now, for those of you who don't know what a cattle prod is, a cattle prod is basically an electric shock stick. It's sort of like a taser gun, but it's meant to be used on animals, and it's like really long. Like, it's gonna be way longer than what I'm showing you here. Like it's got like maybe that long of a handle, and then like that long of a stick, and then it's got like a little thing at the end with a couple little prongs, right? And so it's meant if a cow, let's say, needs to go from point A to point B, and he's being a little bugger, and he is not moving, you can give him a little zap in the butt with it. What in the butt? And because the cows are so thick-skinned, I don't believe it really hurts them. It's kind of like a little annoyance more than anything, and gets them moving. But to a human being, that thing hurts like you would not believe. And so my dad jokes around. He's he sees this thing and goes, "Hey, come here, boy. Come here, son." I'm like, "Yes, father." my loving and trusting, my loving father that I trust so much. And he goes, "Hey, put your finger on this thing." And I do, and he hits the button. Now, in his defense, I don't think he really thought it was gonna actually work, and I don't think he realized the amount of voltage that was going through that thing. But I got shocked so bad. Like, have you guys ever been, and it's not dangerous. It's like, it uses like D-cell batteries, like flashlight batteries, right? But it's one of those things where, like, if you've ever been shocked by one of those like shocking pins, or like a joy buzzer you stick in, it's like, or or any of those type of things that you buy at the joke store, they step up the voltage a lot, but it doesn't really, because there's no amperage, there's no current really. It hurts, but it's not deadly. So just want to point that out there. My dad wasn't like giving me like, it wasn't like I was sticking my finger in a light socket or something like that. But he did, and it went. I put my little finger there, and I was like fifth grade, something like that. And I put it there, and it went zap all the way like past my elbow. It felt like it was on fire, and I immediately start crying, and loud, cause like I had no idea what was going on. I thought I had been electrocuted, which I had been, sorta. And of course my dad got, like all nervous about it, and like immediately regretted his decision. Sometimes jokes backfire, and that's that was one of them for sure. Oh, I shouldn't have done two of those. Dang it. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna use this machine. I'm gonna put that on there, and then this is supposed to just go. Oh, that works so good, man. And then you take it and bloop. Oh, I didn't have these when I was growing up. But I needed, yeah, I got one there. Okay, so we're good. I'll put that right there. So yes, my father. Wonderful man. Love him with all my heart. Okay, so taking a step back from childhood discussion, some of you guys had mentioned you wanted to hear some of my stories from traveling. And because I've been to a few places, I've been to, you know, a few interesting places. Been to Thailand, and I figured I'd tell some Thailand stories. Also been to Japan, but I'll save some of those for a later date. So Thailand, I went to Thailand with my wife for an anniversary back in 2002. We were, excuse me. It's kind of a little dusty in here or something. Woke up like this. So we went like 2002, and just kind of picked it because we are not your typical vacation type places. Okay, so here we go. We got this. Oh, and look, another TNT back there, which I think means we're about to make another hole that blows out. Yeah, I love this. So nice. Are we? Yeah. Okay. So we we like going to places that are a little unusual, and we picked Thailand. And I want to say there's a lot of Thailand gets a lot of negative press, and it is because of a certain industry that's there that I won't really talk about. But I have to say that if you are looking for a place for vacation, this place you can experience so much. The food is wonderful. The people are just unbelievably kind. And I think they're primarily Buddhist, and there's so many Buddhist temples around. And I believe Buddhism has a huge thing about karma. So don't do wrong on people, or otherwise bad things are gonna happen to you. So check this out. And that is so sick, man. That's so cool. Okay, so we got that part. Okay, now we're building the house part. So anyway, I'm gonna tell you some of the things that I found over there, and the most memorable one. Oh, you hear that truck? Oh, dump truck. That's why. The most notable one was we went to a snake show, and you know, there's the pamphlets. Oh, wow, that lemonade is unbelievable. And there's pamphlets that tell you, like, you know, places you should go and check out. And hold on, I gotta count. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. And the snake show, most of Thailand, or at least most of Bangkok, I would say, is water-based, or a lot of Bangkok is water-based. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of places where it's kind of easier to get there by boat. Not quite as crazy as Venice, but there's a lot of waterways everywhere. So the place we went to was pretty much had to get there by boat, and everything is super unbelievably cheap there. So making sure I'm doing it right. And so this place was a zoo, but it was the most dangerous zoo I had ever seen, either in real life or on TV. Is the most dangerous thing. It was certainly not like it would have been shut down so quick in the United States. It's really funny. But they had all these crocodiles, and they had a couple tigers, and of course a ton of snakes and a couple monkeys. But all of the cages and stuff were like, you could stick your hand in and touch the animal if you were that dumb. And of course I'm not that dumb, but it was it was something. It was the shock of most of the stuff was the fact that things were so dangerous there. That was like the biggest shock for me. But they had the snake show, and it was these dudes. Now picture this. Picture if you had like I hope that light isn't causing too much shadow. Really hope. We'll find out. So imagine like if this is the snake arena, right? All around the edge was, little fuzz. All around the edge was like this little bit, they call it chicken wire. Imagine in Minecraft if you built a little fence around something using iron bars. You can jump over it really easy, but that's exactly what it was like. It was like made out of iron bars. And, but really low to the ground. Any snake, that ain't gonna stop a snake whatsoever. But they start off with all these like darter snakes, and all of them are poisonous, right? But there's these snakes that move like super fast, and there's a little Thai guy that you know, he's probably not getting paid hardly anything, and he's standing around like, you know, on his hands and knees, and the snake is like, and he's just like whoop whoop whoop, like jumping around, and we're like, oh my, you're gonna die. But he's a professional, and so he knows it. And then they bring out this king cobra, and king cobras are beautiful. I mean, they got the big hood that comes out of their you know, out their back and stuff like that, or out of their head, and of course they're all mad. These snakes are not tame at all. They're like super mad about life, about the fact that these guys are pulling them out, you know, of whatever they were sleeping in or whatever. And I'm sure they're like super hungry. And I mean, it's bad news across the board. And like as soon as they have them in a bag, and they pour them out of the bag onto the stage, and instantly these snakes start trying to attack the guys. They're mad as hell. And so they jump around. Now the funny part was, it was the only people there were me and my wife and this like kind of interesting couple from I think they were from Germany. And I say they're interesting mainly because it looked like an old man, an older gentleman, and his boy toy. it was very funny, and the boy toy was not interested in these snakes whatsoever. But here we are. Okay, so this is, we're getting there. Woo, 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 woo. So the guy takes this cobra, and they show you that it's real. You know, like we couldn't tell by looking at it. What in the, oh, here we go. And like we couldn't tell by looking at it that this thing was real. But they want to show that he still has his teeth, and still has his poisonous fangs, and you know, and the poison glands in his thing. So what they do is they take like a cup. You may have seen this on TV. They take like a plastic cup, and they put some kind of like a rubber membrane over it, and then they make the snake bite it, and then the snake goes like and then like all the venom comes from the teeth, right? And oh they did that approximately 6 inches away from my wife's face. And they're just holding, I mean, it's just dude with a snake. And the whole time he's going to me, he's saying, take picture, take picture. And I'm like, holy crap, my wife is freaking out. And I mean, they step over that little, you know, that little chicken wire thing, and they're just going to town. Me, they take a giant ball python, and usually pythons don't try to bite that I know of. I've never seen a python try to bite somebody. This one bit and hissed, and it was so angry, and they put it around my neck. And I might tweet this picture out, actually, after this goes live. It was, okay, this goes right on top, like so, maybe? No? Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, still got one more little piece. This guy, as soon as they drape it over my shoulders, it starts trying to choke me out. And I've never felt so much pressure in my whole life from something, and it just was twisting my whole head, and it was trying to pop my head off my shoulders. And I'm, you know, of course, the guys who were running this thing, they're pros, and they've seen this a million times, so they're not too worried about it. If they could tell if the snake was like getting really out of hand, they would do something about it. But I was probably one of the most scared I've ever been about something. You'll see the picture. Oh, and then they take the snake's head and they point it down, like get it really close to my pecker, and then they're just smiling and laughing, and they're like, take picture, take picture. And so we have pictures of that. So I'll tweet a picture of it once this goes live. So we have got this part all done. And then I think the next step is to stick this on that. Got a little fuzz off of my sweatshirt here. Boink. And zoom in, there we go. Oh, I love it. Abandoned mine shafts, got a little TNT action, blowing out stuff on the back. Got a house. Oh, perfect. Okay, that is all we have for this episode. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to hear some different type of stories, let me know in the comments below. If you like this episode, leave a like. You know, it helps me out a bunch. But until next time, take care. Brush your hair. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.